What is going on, you guys? Welcome to Hobby Palooza, man. How exciting has today been? It has been a whirlwind. I think I've been stuck to this computer all day watching all the amazing content from all my buddies, and I think it's just been freaking fabulous. Ed and Mike just got done, just wrapped up, and I just absolutely love their content and love what they bring to the community. So, Ed, Mike, well done. So if you're new to my channel, my name's Garrett. I go by Card Cutter. I am primarily a TTM collector, I guess specializing in Hall of Fame TTM autographs. So that's what my channel's all about, and that's what our giveaways tonight's going to be. I'm going to be giving away 3 autographed cards, a Tony Dorsett, a Steve Largett, and then this last one's cool. It's a Baltimore Colts old school team card signed by Raymond Berry, Gino Marchetti, and then Lenny Moore signed it twice. So 4 Hall of Famers, 3 different. So throughout this hour long, I'll go to the comment section and we'll pick a winner and we'll go from there. Also, a fun, very unique giveaway we're going to do is I'm going to do the pizza pick. Okay, so the pizza pick is after this video goes in archives and you actually have the comment section on the video. I'm going to random one comment from that section probably tomorrow, because it takes a little bit after this goes to archives. And so tomorrow night dinner will be on me. I'll look up your local pizza area. You'll give me your address. I'll pay for it. It's on me. So the pizza pick and 3 cards. So that is very cool. So my guest tonight is Mr. Baseball Collector himself. His Baseball Collector channel has over 3,900 subscribers. He moved over to the Bench Clear team, doing great things with them. He collects anything Baseball Hall of Fame, autographs, cards, you name it. If you don't know Baseball Collector, well, welcome to the YouTube community, because he's been around for quite some time. So we'll bring in my brother from another mother, my best friend, Mike Moynihan.
That's how you do it on Card Cutter's channel. That's how you do it.
What is going on, my friend?
Oh, just watching a few live streams today, like everybody else, right?
Yeah, I hear you, man. How's the temp there in Houston? Is it pretty warm?
Well, since I'm not in Houston.
I'm sorry, in Texas. I'm sorry.
You wish I was in Houston, then you would definitely move down there.
Dude, it is freaking hot here, dude.
Oh,
so, I mean, here in Virginia Beach.
You did not wear that shirt. Oh, dude. My God.
Well, so since you went over to the Bench Clear channel and you're big time now with all the big guys, I actually got this off the street, dude. This is secondhand. This is unofficial Baseball Collector merchandise.
Black market. Like I need my royalty cut from that. Come on, man.
Oh, these are like the illegal Chinese jerseys. Okay, this is the illegal Baseball Collector.
Oh my gosh.
So, brother, what we're going to talk about tonight is just me and you are going to shoot the breeze about nationals we've been to, favorite stories, pickups, you name it. So we'll just get into it, and then as we go along, we'll look at the comment section and all that stuff. So how many shows have you been to?
I've been to 4 nationals.
Okay. You got any favorite memories? Or actually, what shows were those 4? And then, like, you got some favorite stories from them.
So I went last year, 20, and then 2018 in Cleveland. So I went last year, Chicago, 2018. I went 2014 in Cleveland. And then I got something cool to show you. My first national, my very first national was 1990. And it was in Arlington, Texas. And I have the program from the 1990 national.
That is cool, dude.
Ironically, Andy was there too. And obviously we didn't know each other. This was, so long ago. We're already getting some yo and hellos, by the way, in the comments. So
I see him, man.
But
what is up, everybody? Welcome.
I am. You may have to re-explain the giveaways, by the way, because everybody's kind of moved over. But
I'll explain them here in a couple minutes.
yeah, so 1990 was my first. I remember it. I remember walking around. I mean, in 1990, I was 16 years old, so I didn't have much money. I think my mom and dad maybe gave me $50 or something at the most to buy cards. It was more about the experience and just walking around, and it was pretty amazing.
Yeah. So for me, I've been to 3 shows. One of them, I guess, might be kind of along your story. Was in 1994. The show was in Houston, and so I'm from Houston. TriStar is based out of Houston, so I've always had huge card shows in my hometown, and I would go to TriStar shows once or twice a year. And I remember telling my mom, "Hey, can we go to this show?" And we went to that show, and I remember walking in the George R. Brown Convention Center like, what did they do to this local show, man? Like, I didn't know it was the national. It was the craziest thing I ever seen. I'm wanting to say Gary Sheffield was a autograph guest. He played for the Brewers, I believe, at the time, and Mickey Mantle was there also. So that is that.
Nice.
And then I've been to 2012 in Baltimore, which I believe that was the last time it was in Baltimore, and had a blast. And I was just starting to creep into the YouTube community. I've already was making content, but I really wasn't reaching out to different content creators. I don't like to call that, just other collectors. And then 2017 in Chicago, I went ham, man. Like, I was full-fledged in the community, like card carrying member, and holy smokes, man, it was a good time. So moving on. So what's some of the coolest things you've ever picked up at a show?
You're speaking about the National in particular. The last 2 years I've gone in with kind of, you always have to have a list, right? You have to have, here's what I'm kind of targeting when I go to this show. And there's times when that gets kind of just blown out of the water. And that happened to me last year when I went to the National, and I saw a card that wasn't even on my radar, really. Certainly it's a card that I've wanted for a long time, but I always thought, man, I'll get that later. It's one of those big boy cards. And I'll just worry about that later. And I saw it. And so I called over my buddy Andrew on YouTube. He's Nuff Said Cards, by the way, if you don't know Andrew. He is the Cardboard Whisperer. So Eric's the Cardboard Oracle. Andrew is the Cardboard Whisperer. He can come over and tell you, okay, that's a good deal, and he'll say it like that. And so I picked up at the National last year a beautiful Willie Mays rookie from 51 Bowman. And again, it wasn't even on my radar going into the show. And then, okay, come out of there with a Mays rookie. So that was pretty great. And then the year before that, 2018 at the National, which, by the way, was my first real national. Some people were talking about earlier on one of the streams that I knew YouTubers, and I was, even though I started my channel a few years before that, I hadn't been able to make it to a national. And so I remember walking in the show, and you can, Eric, those back pages will stand out, and you cannot miss him. Because
he's the only guy that looks like he's at a rock concert at the National.
Right. He's got his fedora on, and the beard, and he's just, and at that time, Eric has become one of my closest friends, but at that time I didn't know him really that well at all. And I remember seeing him and going, oh my gosh, there's those back pages. That's Eric. I was a fanboy, man. I was just like, and he doesn't believe me that that's true, but it was absolutely true. And I went up and met him and shook his hand, and we hung out a lot that year, and he helped me find, and we had talked a little bit, but it was just different to see him. And so in 2018, I picked up the
oh my gosh, look at that,
the pretty Hank Aaron rookie, and he helped me find one. I bought this show. I had some in where I was in before the show even opened to the public. This was on the Wednesday sneak preview day, which, by the way, I think is the best day to go.
Oh, no doubt.
And we can talk about that later. But this card I bought before the show even opened. Like, I was done in terms of picking up really big cards before the doors even opened. So it allowed me just to relax and enjoy and have fun. What about you? Big pickups for you at the National?
I'm kind of different. I'm an autograph collector primarily. So I'm really big into like the autograph pavilion. So my big pickups are typically big autograph guests. So in 2017, I got a little props here, just like you. Here's some of the guys that I got to see then. Dave Robinson.
Nice.
I got him to sign this. Super cool. And I'll show some pictures here in just a second.
He played for the Spurs, David Robinson.
Wrong guy.
Dang it.
Lawrence Taylor, got him on a rookie.
Please tell me you're going to tell the Lawrence Taylor story tonight.
Yeah, I can.
Right.
We'll see when we get to that point. You might have to remind me. And then Barry Sanders. So all of those, meeting all those guys was super cool. You see right here, here's me and Dave Robinson. And Lawrence Taylor was staying at our hotel at the Doubletree there in Chicago at the bar, which I guess I can go into the story right now.
Oh yeah, yes you should.
He was like that smile on his face was not fake. Like the guy was absolutely having the time of his life. There were so many collectors there in the bar buying him drinks and all that stuff, and he was having a great time. So the next day, I already had an autograph ticket for him. So I went up to him and I was like, "Hey, Mr. Taylor, I had a freaking blast last night at the hotel. It was an honor talking to you, blah, blah, blah," making small talk while he's signing my items. And then he like stopped and he like looked at me and he's like, "Were you the guy that challenged me to a foot race last night?" And I'm like, like, what the heck, man? No, sir, I didn't challenge you to a foot race last night. And he's like, "Oh, you look just like him." So that was the Lawrence Taylor story. Very, very nice guy. And then there's me and Barry Sanders. So
yeah,
that's my thing. And then, so we talked about, I guess, the cool things we've picked up at the show. And the cool things for me at the show will always be the autograph pavilion, just because of the type of collector I am. But if you ever had any bust, I know you're kind of a smart collector, where I'm just kind of sometimes like window shopping and like, oh, I got to have that. Oh, got to have that. And I'm maybe aren't thinking with my brain sometimes.
I've definitely had things where I got back to the hotel room and like, why the heck did I buy that? Like, I mean, and none of it was like big dollars where I felt completely, buyer's remorse, like some people feel, but some $5 and $10 things. And I'm like, what? One of them was last year I bought a Luka rookie, a Prism 9. I'm like, I don't collect basketball. Why did I do that? Now I'm very happy that it wasn't a bust. But in the moment, I was like,
you've done pretty well for yourself on that one.
Did okay on that.
At the 2012 show, keep in mind the time frame, because if not, my story's really going to make me look bad. So the time frame, I bought a Pablo Sandoval game used mitt.
The Panda?
Yeah, the Panda himself, like the actual mitt, not batting gloves. Their glove, their mitt, and I paid. No judgment here, okay? In the comment section, no judgment. I paid $800 for this, and believe it or not, that was a deal at the time. The guy took $200 off.
That is crazy stupid, by the way.
We're not done yet.
Okay.
We're not done yet. And then I took it over to, I forget the guy's name. He worked for PSA. As like a contractor. He kind of contracted his services out for authenticating game used memorabilia. And so I went to him and he photo matched the glove and all that stuff to authenticate that it was 100% a game used glove. And that was $150.
So now you're into this thing for just under $1,000?
Okay. The Giants just won the World Series a year and a half before, and this is in August, and then they went on to win the World Series a couple months later. But needless to say, I sold that glove about 4 or 5 months ago, and I didn't even make half of that. So that would be my bust pickup. Probably I could go to 10 more nationals, and it would never probably beat that. So my next question for you is what is it about the show that is just, it makes us all like little children, man? You know, every time it comes around, we're all like little boys and little girls, freaking national. What is it in your mind that makes us go bananas about it?
Well, I can tell you, I have a hard time sleeping for several days before because I'm just so amped up and ready to go. But we know the answer to this, and everybody's been talking about it that's been talking about the national. And the answer is the peeps, right? It's your friends.
Right.
And looking forward to that. Again, you can buy cards whenever you want on eBay. You can buy any card you want pretty much on eBay right now if you are willing to pay whatever price it was. And anyway, you just can't get over how cool it is to meet everybody. And in 2014, when I went, I took Julie actually, and I didn't know any hobby people really at this point. I was just kind of doing my own thing. And going back in 18, I guess, 17, I can't remember how many I've been to, whatever. It was totally different. And it's because of all the people. It's awesome.
Yeah. So I guess for me, I'm married and my wife and we have 4 kids. So we don't have a ton of extra money. With 4 kids, it's kind of where all the money goes, or most of it. So when we do decide to go, it's like, I know way in advance, like over a year, like 13, 14 months in advance. So it's like the whole package for me. The whole thing just makes me absolutely excited. They release the hotels, the national does, I think it's San Diego Conference Company, something like that does the hotels. And I'm like a little kid, like, oh man, we booked our hotel, man. It's really happening this year, and then we buy the plane tickets, and oh man, we're one step closer, and then they release the initial autograph pavilion list, and it's like, oh, I need more money, babe. Paying for enough money. It's just the whole thing, and then the card manufacturers, Panini and Topps, start talking about what they're going to be giving away in the VIP packages. And man, to me, it's the whole damn thing. And when I do go to a show, it's truly a year-long evolution for me. So
you'd be pretty bummed when they canceled it this year.
Yeah, because we were planning to go.
Yeah.
My wife and I literally had every single penny saved, like it was a wrap. And not only that, it's about 4 or 5 hours up north, so we were going to drive and save those plane tickets. But we will see.
Look at Joey's comment in the comment. Joey brings it.
Oh, where are you at? Oh, that's not Joey.
We know somebody that can relate. Andy.
Yeah, where's Andy, man? Andy is a Project 2020 Keith Shore Griffey collector as well.
Hey, my wife's on here.
I know. I've been seeing a whole lot of hello Julies. I'll tell you that, man.
I believe it. She's more popular than me. That's for damn sure.
So we will go ahead and do our first giveaway of this one. It'll be the Steve Largent autograph. Okay, all you got to do is be a subscriber to the channel.
I'm a subscriber.
You're a subscriber?
Yep.
Okay, well, you didn't win. And we will do this little random thing here, and we will move on. Let's see.
Do I need to teach you how to share your screen again?
Oh man, this seems rigged. The autograph guy. Jay, what's up, man? The autograph guy won the first giveaway, the Steve Largent.
How do we know? I didn't see anything.
I have the freaking random right here.
Why didn't you put it up here so everybody could know that you're not lying?
Well, I have no reason to lie. It's not like I'm keeping the cards. So sorry. Okay. If any of y'all, well, a lot of y'all don't know me. I'm not very tech savvy. Okay. So there's not going to be a whole lot of moving and shaking going on my screen.
Andy wants us to knock off the short Griffies. Never.
So let's talk about dealers and booths.
Yes.
What's your favorite booth or dealer at the show?
Well, that's pretty much an easy question. And I bet half the people at the National would answer this same answer.
It better not be mine.
The baseball card exchange booth is my favorite booth. Is that yours?
That's literally mine. I have it written down here. And then I wrote next to it, hands down.
Yeah, hands down. For those of you that haven't been to a National before, Baseball Card Exchange is a gigantic booth, and they have amazing stuff all the way around. They have 4 sides of cases, and it's literally just jaw-dropping type stuff. But what Baseball Card Exchange does is what's called the deal of the day. And they do a thing where every morning or at certain times of the day, they put out these deals of the day, and it's on their Twitter feed the night before. And we're all going, what's the deal of the day tomorrow? They put it out the night before. And I remember last year I got this, and I'm not even a Hall of Fame baseball collector, but man, Frank Thomas on a official Major League Ball, Hall of Fame, and it's PSA slabbed or authenticated, and it came in the cube, $35. And I can't tell you how many Hall of Fame autographs on cards or pictures or whatever I've gotten for $5 a piece at baseball cards. It's just like, I don't care if I have 500 of that player for $5. I have to buy one. Like, that's how can you not? And so
that's that addiction, man.
And I'm telling you, and I mean, you've seen their deals of the day. You've been there. It's crazy.
Ridiculous. They're insane.
And I was so looking forward to seeing what it was going to look like this year. It's sad.
Right.
It's not, why are we talking about that? It's just going to make me cry.
So I had Baseball Card Exchange. Another one of my favorites that I love is RBI Crew 7, Ryan and Neil. They started out here on YouTube, just like all of us watching here. And then Ryan and Neil just went all in, man, cashed in all their chips and just did it. They just opened a card shop 8 years ago, 7 years, somewhere around then. And man, they have just been absolutely killing it. So not only are they old school tubers, but they just run a card shop right, man. They're just great dudes. Mill Creek Sports is another one. That's the one that I told you earlier on this when we were talking. Like, I'm not going to tell you because then you might say that one too.
it's one of my too. They always have good deals at Mill Creek, and they have so many of them. They'll have 50 8x10s of Stan Musial for $10 a piece or whatever crazy.
Yeah. And another one I was looking forward this year is Topps. I'm not normally like, oh, I got to go to the Topps booth. I know some of us are, but just this year with the Project 2020 and just how big the hobby has gotten over the past 12 months, I was really excited to see what they had to offer.
Have you been to the Topps Q&A before?
No, I haven't, but I was talking to Eric, before, and you as well. And I know that was one of many things that I had planned to do. So no, yeah, this was going to be a first this year.
It's a must do for me now. And I only got talked into it by Eric as well last year. And I went, and I'm so glad I did. It's incredibly insightful. They give away so much stuff. It's insane.
Yeah.
Everybody that was there got a Pete Alonso, exclusive rookie card autograph, number to 50. It's like, and they only here's the thing though, they only allow 200 people. So it's not unlimited. And so you have to sign up at the booth. And so it's one of those things that, man, the minute you can, you go and sign up. So
it looks like Joey's doing the same thing. He's paying their bills.
Yeah. They have a huge presence on eBay. So, and so does Baseball Card Exchange, right? I actually buy stuff from them off, away from the National too, when I see good deals on some things.
Yeah, no doubt.
Hey, Foo's got a good question.
Where is he at? Where are we at? Man, So me personally, my advice, and this isn't going to be, I guess, maybe the absolute best advice, but just do your research, man. There's so many great guys in the community. I think Mike's done a couple. I've done one. There's Mike O, I know, has done a couple of just advice on what to do leading up to the show, at the show, so on and so forth. I know for me personally, I'm 290 pounds. And so walking around all day long, oh my God, dude, like my feet are barking at the end of the night. So if I had to give you just one pointer, which you couldn't do just one, but if I had to do with one, I'd say make sure that you wear comfortable shoes.
That is such a common thing to say, and it's so true. I don't have a Fitbit. I wish I did, so I could know how many miles I walked every bloody day. Now, one thing I'll disagree with Crazy Kev is I didn't take any breaks, and there were literally days I forgot to eat. Like I just kept going, and your horse, you can't even talk at the end of it because you're talking, and then you go out at night and you're throwing back some beers and hanging out with guys, and it's loud in the bars, and so you're having to raise your voice to talk to other people, and you end up hoarse, tired, sore, and you would do it all again in a heartbeat, right? The next week if you could,
Oh, no doubt. And one thing very unique, I would say, to the show is I specifically remember in 2017 being like 3-4 in the afternoon and like getting these big headaches because my neck hurts so bad. And it took me a couple of days to figure out why. And the reason why is because you're like this all day.
And you're laughing all day.
You're like leaning over, looking at people's showcases all day long. And then the next thing you know, you straighten your head and it's like, so I thought that was very unique because the show is so huge. You're just constantly perched over looking at people's awesome showcases. Do you have?
By the way, I'm not saying it's not smart to take breaks. It certainly is. I was just not good at it. So what else are you giving away, by the way? Why don't you give away something? We're halfway through the stream.
Okay. How about we do this little guy here? You might have heard of him. I don't know.
I'm here. I'm a subscriber again. Come on.
Little Tony Dorsett. Let me push this little guy. Well, let me get there. Hopefully don't close out of this thing.
What's up, Mark from Kentucky? Jeff Nickel.
Third time around.
Third time around.
So I personally am unfamiliar with third time around. But hey, welcome. Welcome to the channel, and it's awesome to have you, man. So
third time around is 3 times as good as first time around, and he's even better than the second time around. So he's third time around.
Do you happen to remember the first YouTuber you met at the show, or either walking to there or the night before or something like that?
Like literally at the show? It would have to be, I think it's Eric, because again, I met him in 2018 as I was kind of growing in the YouTube community, and he was there before everybody else, and I had been lucky enough to know somebody to get me in before everybody else. So there was no one else to meet. I mean, so I think he might have been kind of that first guy, and he and I had been talking a little bit on the phone before that and gotten to know each other, but we were excited to finally meet, kind of like you and me.
Yeah. We talked about this last weekend when we went live. So for a lot of y'all, like Mike is honestly my best friend. I don't want to sound cheesy or anything like that, but Mike is my best friend, and I've never met him in person. I think this past week we've talked twice a day at a minimum. And honestly, we're friends because of the YouTube community, 100%.
But we don't collect this. I mean, we obviously have similar passions, but we're not really competing with each other on our collections. And that kind of has, the collector part is the common thread, not what we collect, right? And yeah.
Eric's feeling the emotion right now.
Yeah, who's chopping onions?
So for me, the first YouTuber I met, I kind of just talked about a little bit ago, was Ryan from RBI Crew 7 at the 2012 National in Baltimore. I was at a table and he was kind of at the corner of the table, and my wife was with me, and I'm like, and she doesn't watch all of us. And I'm like, I think I know that guy. And she's like, how? And I'm like, I think that's Ryan with RBI Crew 7. And so I was like, excuse me. I'm like, are you Ryan with RBI Crew 7? And he was like, yeah, actually I am. And so I introduced myself and I tried to play it off like so cool, man. It's like, hey man, it was nice meeting you. And then I went on, but in my head, I was like, yeah, dog. Like total fanboy. But then I would say that's the only guy that I met at that national. And then I guess current day, the 2017 national, the first guy that I met was probably Joey Burtcat 8 at Giordano's Pizza. The first time we went, and Everett Wenzel 888, and we become really, really quick friends there. So now that
Autograph Guy wants to know how we met. We were talking about this the other day, and neither one of us can remember. Like we can't. It's been 3 or 4 years that we've been talking, and we can't remember how we even connected at all. And weren't we trying to think of it? Like, how did this all?
Yeah, we were talking the other morning, and you brought that question up, and I'm like, he was like, we could tell them how we met, and I was like, well, you're going to have to tell that story because I don't know it. I don't remember. And he's like, well, I was going to ask you because I don't remember it.
And here we are.
So now that the national for this time period is canceled, we will TBD for December. We'll see. I know we have our opinions. We won't go into that right now.
That's my opinion.
But we'll say that it's canceled for this time period. You alluded at the very beginning of the show when you have something in mind that you're going to pick up every year. Did you have something already in mind for this year in Atlantic City, something that you wanted to look at or something that you were looking to pick up?
Well, if I really recall the beginning of this show, I did this. But then did I have something that I was going to pick up this year? Yeah, I really want a Stan Musial rookie. And he's got 48 Bowman or 48 Leaf. Julie's texting me while we're on the stream, and she's in there watching it. Like, doesn't she know? Anyway, so a 48, one of the 48, and I was probably going to do Bowman just because it's so much cheaper. Although that's the funny thing about cards, right? I love the 48 Leaf. I think it's one of the prettiest cards. Blue background, it's just gorgeous. Hard to find nicely registered because a lot of blurry cards in 48 Leaf. And but I don't know, budget might have pushed me to get the Bowman because everything's, of course, just batshit crazy on card prices. But I just cussed on your that's on your channel. I don't care.
It'll be fine. If you watch my channel long enough, you're used to cursing.
So, by the way, guys, if you're not subscribed to Garrett, you should be. He's YouTube Hall of Famer, first ballot. So
tell him more. Tell him more.
Just stop now.
So for me, I was really looking forward to Dan Marino. Dan Marino was going to be a guest in the Autograph Pavilion. I was super excited about that. I have Dan Marino's autograph. I have him on a rookie card. I have him on a bunch of other things. But it's different getting it TTM or getting it at a paid signing where you don't see them versus actually getting them and getting those pictures that I showed you earlier. So that was kind of a bummer, a letdown for me. Another thing I was looking forward to getting was possibly a Vince Lombardi autograph. That's something I didn't have. And what's funny is that was kind of my to get item at the 2017 show, which I didn't get. And then I just wanted to see if I could buy like bulk autograph collections, which there's plenty of people there looking to sell. You know what I mean? If you got the right amount of money, people are looking to sell it. So I was looking to try to find bulk autographs like the stuff I collect, not from Topps or Panini.
You know what's funny about, or I guess maybe not funny, but interesting for sure. So you were looking forward to meeting Dan Marino. And if you would have gotten to do that and meet him, and then we hook up later and we're at a bar, that sounded really bad, didn't it? We hook up later. When we would meet up later at wherever, some hotel bar or whatever, and you showed me the Dan Marino, and I would, you don't have to, just because I wouldn't buy it doesn't mean that you can't respect what, and that's the cool thing about the Nationals. People are showing you stuff and you see the look on their face when they're showing it to you and talking about it with such passion and holy crap, dude, I got this car and the deal was so good and yada, yada. You can't help but go, dude, that's awesome. Because it is. I mean, it's, even though, yeah, man, that's, you don't go to somebody, man, that was really stupid. What were you thinking? Because you can see the passion, and that's what's cool about the Nationals. That's what's cool about YouTube too. I watch a lot of channels, and you do too, where we don't collect the same things, but you can respect what they do and what they're about and why they care about it, and you just kind of go, man, that's awesome,
Yeah, I'd say like me and She Blinded Me refractors don't collect anywhere near the same. Like I don't have a man crush on anyone like Triple Crown does. Like I would never go stalk a player like he does, Miggy. But that's the great thing about this YouTube community that we've all created together is, hey man, you just never know who you're going to watch, why you're going to like their stuff, and so on and so forth. So as a hardcore collector, like I would say you and I, and well, all these people in the stream,
they're not on here without being a hardcore collector, right?
Right. So JT's correcting my grammar in the comment section.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
So as a hardcore collector, what do you like better? The show, going to the show every day, walking in those doors in the physical place, or all the stuff that happens in the YouTube community after the show?
Dude, that's not fair. They both. Do I have to pick one? Because like last year at the show, and you weren't there, Garrett, and I know you were pissed, and you watched, like you binged everybody's videos when you got back from deployment, and you saw, it was weird. I saw so many people during the day that it was hard to look at cards. And that's not a complaint. It's simply just you seeing everybody and saying hi. And then so you got to do a lot of that and look at cards during the show, which may be different than times you've had before. And then after the show was just almost like a continuation. Like, let's just keep this rolling. Let's keep this party going. Everybody meet at the DoubleTree at 7:00 and let's go. That was, yeah, Eric said it, Brett. The more card shows you attend, the less the cards mean. But I mean, we all still want to, at least me, I want to pick up some cool stuff while I'm there. I budget money for this to buy some nice cards, and so, but of course the hanging out afterwards is literally priceless. The memories are forever.
Yeah, so that was definitely a trick question, dude. That's like picking between your kids.
Like, how can you ask me?
I mean, you just see things there that you just don't see anywhere. And then, by the time the end of the day at the show, like I'm physically exhausted. I'm starving. My sensory has just been pinging all day long, nonstop, and just to get like 30 minutes, your body just like shuts down. You realize your feet fell off about 4 hours ago and your back is broken, so on and so forth. But guess what? You have to be somewhere in 30 minutes because there's about to be 50 YouTubers there, and we're about to have one hell of a great time.
And people that haven't been there, they can't we can talk about it till we're blue in the face and y'all can hear us and it sounds great. Dude, you just got to go, because the scope of it is beyond anything we can explain to you. The vastness of all the sea of car, everything about it is way bigger than you can even imagine. And so you just got to go. Yeah.
So has there been something at a national that you got to see? And I know there has been, so it's going to probably be hard for you to narrow it down. See or handle or hold that you can't see at other card shows. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah. In 2014, and you reminded me of this because you said it to me earlier. One of the big auction houses, and I can't remember who it was, quite frankly. And I have a picture of it. I was trying to find it to get ready for this stream of me. I was holding a Babe Ruth game used bat. And
you just took my story, dude.
Well, it's the same. Look, we have great. See, we're here, man.
So anyways, I had I seen a Babe Ruth game used bat, and I got to hold it, man. It was the coolest thing. Go ahead, Mike.
Oh, wait. So anyway, yeah. You're a dick.
You stole my favorite booth, okay, before I could get to it, and you stole something else earlier. I wasn't going to let you go 3 for 3, man. I had to get in there.
You know what's great is I knew you were going to tell that story, and it's actually true. I did hold a Babe Ruth bat, and I was like, I've got to say it because he's going to get pissed that I said it.
I did it in 2012 in Baltimore. It was Heritage Auctions, and they made us put on these like white gloves, man.
I had to do the same thing.
Super cool.
I actually made my first custom holding that bat. No, I didn't. But I do have a picture somewhere. I swear. I'm going to show it on some video in the future so people know that I'm not just stealing your story to steal your story.
Yeah, so if you just watch every single video he ever produces from here on out, you'll see it one day.
Someday, if I can find the bloody picture.
People
don't know us that we like. People think we might be mad at each other, and nothing could be further from the truth.
No. Another thing I remember seeing is a Honus Wagner. I think it might have been Heritage also. Yeah. I remember they had this black case about 24 inches by 24 inches with this plexiglass cube above it with all these LED lights shining down, and it was like on a little revolver. And that was the first time I've ever seen one in person, man. It's pretty funny that something that small can have that much of an impact
and be that valuable.
For Eric.
I just thought of another funny story. So last year, a lot of the talk before the National was, man, is PWCC going to show up?
Oh, that was huge.
Right? And I just went totally blank on the guy's name that runs it.
Brent?
Brent, yes. Well, Brent, they were there, right? And I remember JY Sports Card guy tried to interview them, interviewed his wife, and it was a total, like they were dodging everything. Well, I had gone up to him, me and Snoop 12922 went up to him attempting to get an interview, to interview him for our YouTube channels. And he was having none of it. He said, my lawyers won't let me. Now he talked to us off the record, not that we're like some news group or something, but he was totally, he just looked like somebody had beat the living crap out of him. And they had. He's been just beat up in the hobby for, going on 2 years now. And it would have been just a great video. I was wishing I would have had one of those, little spy cameras like on my, in my beard or something. I could have, filmed the whole thing. Or even a body cam. I should have worn a body cam like a police officer or something. That would have been fantastic. What are you answering in the chat?
Oh, autograph guy asked me a question, so I was just answering his question, man.
The answer is no. Because when you go to the National, it all goes, all the BS that might happen and everything else, it goes away. There is none of that.
So I've said this before. I've heard other people say it. And you will think I'm crazy and you will not know what I'm talking about if you haven't done it. And if you've done it, I think you will probably 100% agree. So when you're going to your first national as part of the community, you know what I mean? Like, people know your username, they know your face because you're making videos, vice versa. You know these people, you know their username, you know their face. Like, there's a lot of anxiety that kind of builds up, like, man, maybe it's just me, little fanboy. I'm looking forward to seeing this guy. I'm looking forward to see this person. And then you see him, and in about 2-3 seconds, it's like you've known the dude for 10 years.
Yep.
There's no anxiety. There's no stress. It's, hey man, what's going on? How are you? You already know them, Hey, you picked up any Nolan Arenados? Hey, have you seen any Sweet Miggies?
Right.
Anything like that. Or they might come up to me and be like, hey, there's a guy selling Jim Brown rookies over there that are signed for $400. And it's like that. And it's like y'all been friends for 5-6 years, man. It's the craziest feeling ever. And I had it, I would say I felt like I had it bad. Like, I was so nervous going to the National in 2017 because I was freaking up to the YouTube community up to here. Like, I knew a ton of people, and I felt like a lot of people knew me. I felt a lot of pressure and anxiety, and I got there, and, like, I'm not kidding y'all, within seconds of meeting these people, it was like I knew them forever, man.
Tell them the Aaron Davis story, please. Meeting AD. I think he's in the chat, or he was earlier at least.
So, meeting Aaron Davis, which, if y'all haven't seen his channel, the guy is absolutely amazing. Has passion for collecting, really like no one else that you'll see in the community. Like, he's just absolutely loves it. But he only shows his hands, and he has his reasons why. And one day, hopefully, you get to meet him. And if you meet him, he'll be more than happy to tell you why. So I was walking to a group, and I seen Nate. What is it? Tops 85 401. That's him. I seen Nate and Maiko standing next to each other, and there was another guy there. And I forget who they were talking to. It was another tuber, but I forget who they were talking to. And I'm looking at these three guys, and I'm like, well, these are tubers. This guy here is in the mix. Like, man, why don't I know this guy? Why don't I know this guy? And so Nate sees me. This is the first time we've ever seen each other. And instantly he's like, what's up, Garrett? I'm like, man, hey, Nate, man. Great to meet you, blah, blah, blah. I think I met Maiko like an hour prior. Hey, Mike, what's up going on, man? Blah, blah, blah. And then that guy turned and he said, hey, Garrett, what's up, man? And I'm like, you're Aaron Davis. Because of the voice. I knew the voice. I had no clue who he was, what he looked like. And then once I said the voice, I was like, I knew I recognized those hands from somewhere. So that's the Aaron Davis story, man. Let's do this last giveaway before we forget to give this last giveaway. The Baltimore Colts team card signed by Raymond Berry, Lenny Moore twice, and Gino Marchetti. All three are Hall of Famers. Where'd it go? There it is. It is going to be TTM Hotline. TTM Hotline. I actually know TTM Hotline.
TTM Hotline.
Good guy.
Congratulations.
He's a very, very young collector. I don't know. I think he's like 14 or 15, I believe. So, awesome.
Can I answer some questions that are coming in the chat?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're getting one that says, do any kids ever come up to you guys? The answer is no.
What about this one?
What about renting hotel with these guys you don't know? That's from your wife.
I know.
Thanks, Tiff. But Foo's asking a good question. How soon should you book your hotel? As soon as you can. Like, the answer is as soon as you can. And if you don't know where to go, find somebody that's been before to that city that can help you kind of guide you. Because where you pick your hotel is actually a pretty critical thing. You want to be, don't you think, Garrett? It's pretty,
no doubt.
yeah, because you want to be close to the action. You want to be where other guys are staying because you don't want to be. It sucks to have now. Cleveland just sucks, period. But that's a different issue. But in Chicago, but ironically in Chicago, it's not that bad because all the hotels are right by each other. It's literally a block one way or another. And so Julie's sending me all these questions that everybody's asking. But she's keeping me up with the chat. Thank you, honey. But is it safe to share a room with Pepino Man? Absolutely not. Don't do that. Yeah,
you've lost your mind. You already knew the answer to that when you wrote that.
Yep. Do you need more money for the card budget or the beer budget? I would say they're about equal. So
they are about the same, no doubt. Just a reminder for all of y'all that came in, I am doing a pizza pick. So basically, once this gets done being archived and we're no longer live and it's on my YouTube channel, if you go in the comment section of the video, not the live stream, but the comment section of the video, and just tell me a story about your favorite national, maybe a national memory. Maybe you've never been to a national, and tell me something that you'd want to pick up. Just something about the show. I'm going to random.org, all the comments, 24 hours after this is live. And then so by Sunday, I will be paying for dinner, a pizza or 2 pizzas. So you can watch Hobby Palooza on Sunday and have lunch on this guy.
Hey, can I give away something?
Sure, man.
So again, one of our big sponsors for this event is, who am I thinking of? Why am I going blank? What's wrong with me?
Blowout cards.
Good grief, blowout cards. They've been really generous. I'd like to give away. You can do your little button thing over there and not show everybody, but I want to give away a $50 gift card to Blowout. Can we do that?
You know what I will do? I will do the same thing in the comment section. So you will get pizza and a $50 gift card. How about that?
So the winner gets that. So whoever leaves a comment later will get both a $50 gift card and pizza. So can I leave a comment? I can leave a comment later. Am I eligible?
I think everyone but you.
Great. Of course.
I didn't show you. It's the National, and we all pick up stuff at the National, right?
Yep.
I picked something up at the show today.
Oh, you did you?
Yeah. You didn't even notice it, dude. It was right here the whole time. Look at this.
Oh, yeah.
I got it in this protective screw down.
Dude, that's smart because that card's highly sensitive to chipping. You know?
Like this.
You sleep with that card of JT right there?
I'm going to.
People don't know that that's JT, maybe. Triple Crown 24 autograph.
He's a hell of a guy, man. But I bought this because they didn't have 2-inch screw downs, so I had to go with this. So, man, Mike, I feel like we could probably be on here another 2-3 hours, dude.
Easy. I hope everybody's enjoyed today. I mean, this has been a heck of a lot of fun just watching all the streams and.
Yeah, no doubt. We're kind of wrapping down here. We got about 7 minutes left. I personally want to thank all of y'all for coming in here. I didn't keep track of how many people we had in here at any given time, just because I was involved in the conversation and the feed and having a great time. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Like Mike already said, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Blowout. They've been giving out gift cards and all this stuff to so many different content people today, and I can promise you it's going to happen tomorrow and Sunday as well. I'm very, very giving and very thankful for them. Bench Clear, I want to thank y'all. Ty, I know you've put in a ton of freaking work with the website and all that. And Mike, hey man, thanks for your time.
Besties.
I know you weren't going to tell me no just because of how we are, but awesome idea, man. This was, for y'all that don't know, this was Mike's idea. He came up with this on his own, and him, Jeff, and Ty just absolutely ran with it, full throttles open, 1,000 miles an hour, and really created this juggernaut of an event in just a couple of weeks, and got, Blowout on board. Panini was here earlier, Tops. I mean, it's just insane, man.
It takes a village, though. It takes a village.
Yeah, and it's really, it's what I think is so cool. It's because I absolutely love the YouTube community, is it's all of us, man. This isn't just a bunch of dealers and stuff that we don't know. This is us, man. Like, this is our card family, if you will. And we are the ones that built this thing. And I think it is absolutely amazing. And I'm sure day 2 and day 3 are going to be so freaking cool, man.
But hey, I want to give a plug for tonight. And right after we're done, go back to the Bench Clear channel, because you're not going to want to miss Hobby Palooza Jeopardy. And I hope I'm not overselling it. I hope it ends up not being a disaster. But it is, I'm so excited about it. We're doing it tonight with 3 different breakers, and they're going to have bets, and they're going to be talking crap to each other. It should be a great end to the night tonight. Tomorrow morning, we're starting bright and early at, early, 1 o'clock, I guess. Not that early. 1 o'clock my time, I guess. No, 1 o'clock Eastern, right? So
yeah,
we're going to be doing probably an hour and a half with Tops again. And I'm going to have a panel of people that I'm going to get to interview and talk to tomorrow, so you don't want to miss that. Then we got Eloy and me and Andy. We're all doing our own streams, and we're going to have so many different YouTubers again tomorrow. It's just going to keep going. And then Sunday's even better. It's just awesome. It's going to be great.
Man, I think I have been, my butt has been in this chair all day long, man.
Well, at least since 2 o'clock this afternoon, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching this, all of us, all day, and I imagine tomorrow and Sunday is going to be the same thing. So once again, closing out, guys, thank you so much for swinging by our channel, watching this. Once again, thanks, Blowout. Thank you, Bench Clear. Ty, you absolutely rocked the website and getting all this together. Mike, thanks, brother. So,
Toodles.
Peace out, y'all.